Everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to the Real Economy Extreme Edition series that I am focused on probably forever, if we're going to be honest. The intent of this mod is to recreate a 25-year career. We're on day 2 of that. Obviously, I don't know that it will be fully 25 years in game, but it may. We'll see. But yeah, we have 1389 XP, which would probably have us at level 2 or 3. And if I go back out to the title screen, you can see here, this, I guess, can't get changed. So you can see, yeah, we're right on the cusp. Probably at 1400, we'll go to level 3, is what it would have been. So at this point, we're far enough into the series, or we have enough episodes. I think I'm going to do less and less of, hey, what's going on here? If people haven't jumped into the first 5 episodes, I think this will be episode 6, and I apologize if I'm wrong and it's episode 5. But I'm probably going to shrink the little Extreme Simmer thumbnail on the thumbnail, and probably get rid of that altogether. Maybe I'll leave it on there through episode 20 or something, and then we'll just leave the Real Economy or the Realistic Economy Extreme Edition logo on there, and then just the episode numbers, and kind of go back to the cleaner look that we had with the Back to Basics series. Alright, I'm actually going to grab this load. This is really short, so we're going to do a couple runs in this episode. We're going to go ahead and move this scaffolding basically locally in Oklahoma City, but $1.21 a mile. I'm trying to get away from the articulated loads because it doesn't require any real parking. Some of it is just luck of being able to straighten things out and get in there. It's hard to pass up $1.21 a mile. We've got to get there by 3:58. I'm not sure that I'm really going to be able to sleep. I tried that once, and I've been made late. And as I look at these, I think the jobs that this mod creates make things pretty tight. You're kind of driving, and so when I own my own truck and I can sleep and rest, like, that'll be different. But you're not tired with quick jobs. You're automatically fully rested. And so I think that's why they just do it that way. So that means we are going to be doing nighttime driving at times here. All right, so we're here. Let's get our lights on. And we're going to go ahead, quickly check our truck. Everything's good there. Everything looks solid. We're connected. So again, we've got this scaffolding. Ooh, this is a triple. I have not had a triple yet. So I've done triples before, but not like this. And so these may be added loads for the ATS expansion mod. It's entirely possible, because this may be a yard that we normally would have. May not be. I'm not sure. Alright, so going to do that, get ourselves all set, and head on out. So we want to pull out and go to the right, because our exit is over there. Because again, if we get stuck, we're in trouble here. I mean, a little bit of a backup to avoid something I can't turn at is one thing, but we'll see. So yeah, we're just gonna, probably start to settle into a little bit of a pattern. It is actually only the second day that I've been doing this, and actually running these, so it's new to me, but I also now realize this is now going on a week of videos for folks, and so I don't want to kind of drop out of that, but we're also only on 2 days within the sim as well. I mean, it's Tuesday night. once again, we went, you may have seen it was 5 p.m. and you're like, why is it 8 p.m.? Well, we're in a different time zone. So, you know, we moved back and basically lost
Turn right.
3 hours, 2 hours. I'm not sure, but let's see. Stop. We want to do things correctly because A, that's the right thing to do, but this isn't a series that even if I don't do things correctly, that we're going to suddenly progress so much better. So there's really no reason to do it.
Get ready to turn right.
And to cheat, per se, by just overdoing it or whatever.
Turn right.
So you're going to find this is a slow, methodical series. That's just the nature. Like, we're a trucker. And as a trucker, we are going to do things in a way that doesn't get us in trouble. I don't need tickets. I certainly don't need accidents. I understand the cost is probably not as much mine right now as a quick job, but, you know, and they don't have that modeled. I mean, that would be like the next step, I think, is if you have really bad, like a bad driving record, that far column in the career thing, you have a lot of fines, you have a lot of accidents, maybe you get less jobs in your queue because less companies are willing to use you. They're like, I'm not going to have equipment damage because you're a reckless driver. So that's potentially, if they can grab that data and do something with it, that would be pretty interesting.
Turn right.
I think we're getting the street lights. I'm seeing that little blink on my hood, and it's confusing me a bit. So we do have dynamic fuel prices in this mod, which is awesome. Like, it's really a self-contained world, which is really cool. And they're not done. They're continuing to try to come up with new ideas and new ways to do things. Okay, you started to go. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I don't need the AI to hit me. So I am concerned, obviously, about that. But yeah, this is a Peterbilt, I believe. Yep. Hard to get my head down. I have that kind of blocked out in my head tracker so that, like, if I look down at my keyboard or my legs or something, that suddenly your view doesn't go crazy. So that makes it difficult, because normally, like, I don't need to look at anything in the floor of the cab. I mean, you could make an argument like in Flight Simulator, sometimes there's controls on the floor or something. There really aren't any that I need to show you or we need to deal with or that really exist in most trucks on the floor. I mean, maybe there'd be a parking brake, but usually that's just a button on the dash, so that they pull out and just air brakes. So again, shouldn't be very long, but it's taken a bit. Some of it is because it says 45. All right, now it's 45. I guess it wasn't 45 till now.
Get ready to turn
Like, it says
right.
45, but it's showing red up on top. So it was a little weird, but
Turn right.
all right, so we'll get ourselves there. Redbone Trucking. Interesting. I'm going to take advantage of having some empty roads at 9:30 at night on a Tuesday. Looks like, I don't know if there's like a hay bale that went over the wall there or what. Motorcycle? Yep, got a motorcycle. So this shouldn't be very far. And again, I don't know that, you know, we'll see what we find for the next load, but I don't know that I'm going to go super, super far as my second load, but I don't know, maybe I should. I mean, I think my max is 250 miles because I'm limited in my experience because, you know, we don't have skill points. And as we start getting closer, I mean, that's certainly worth talking about, but, you know, it's going to take us probably hundreds of loads to get a skill point, a single skill point. And so it's like, oh, that's not fun. Do I extend my distance? Do I get different load types? I would think different load types would be the most important thing. But this is where it, like, that's the kind of cool stuff that this is going to drive us to, is like,
Keep right. And then
you know,
turn right.
every skill point's going to be like a monumental decision, where normally it's like, yeah, I'll have one in a couple more runs, no big deal, especially in the beginning. I mean, right now, as I showed, we would be at level 2. We would have already assigned 2 skill points. We haven't even gotten one yet, and we're not even 10% to one. We might be at 10%. We might be at 10% if we, if after this, the Turner Turnpike. So, interesting. This is, again, part of the map, or is this part of ATS expansion? I don't know. Keep left, it said. Alright. Oklahoma City. So yeah, we're only going 92 miles, but obviously it's taken a bit. I haven't even gotten to the point where I feel I could turn on my cruise yet. Alright, we should have enough room. Yeah, looks like the back is doing okay, and that's where triples help, because they're shorter, and we've got a little bit of articulation there, but yeah, definitely not taken simple runs with these articulated trailers, so even though I'm new, like, I'm experienced, but nobody knows that because I'm just starting out.
Keep right.
So we're doing a lot of circling around. But yeah, if I could rest, I would. But we don't need to, and therefore the jobs aren't set up for us to need to. So as with anything, I guess you could say there's trade-offs. You know, there's pros and cons, because to some degree, you know, we're getting these, we're having to basically drive 24/7 because that's how it's going to work for a time. It's not like driving at night is awful.
And then
See, but 32 is paid by my employer, so I don't need to worry about that at this point. So it doesn't come out of my 24/24.
Exit left.
Here? Like here?
Exit left.
Oh, you're awful. That was like the worst maneuver I could have made on the road. Alright. Yeah, that did not give me a lot of warning. So, alright, well, I see our delivery point blinking. Apologize if there's some sound in the background. My wife is vacuuming, I guess. Just gonna get myself over, because I'm guessing we are gonna need to exit.
Right. And then exit right. Exit right. Keep right.
Alright, yeah, because we know it's kind of behind us. But yeah, I don't know how much of this, because I'll tell you, these interchanges are now starting to feel a lot like pro mods in Europe. Like, there's a lot going on, and I don't know that that's
Keep right.
kind of the normal
right.
setup. I'll make sure I clear things there. Alright, so we'll turn right here, and then we'll have to get there, so
Right.
I don't know, looking at this, I may not do another load here. This one took a while. So we may just leave this as it is, because we're coming up on 20 minutes. If I take another normal load, we're going to have like a whole hour. And I'm not sure that's what folks would be looking for. So we need to get to at least 30,000 to get the most basic used truck. But that is again going to become a decision point. Like, they're all day cabs. They're like 400 horsepower trucks. You know, because then I enter the whole world of like trying to pick jobs that make sense. And if I have a weak truck, like, I don't know that that makes sense. I don't necessarily not need a day cab, but I need something with horsepower. So I don't think I want to get something just to get some. I mean, there's a pull, because obviously, yes, I will say I'm not a huge fan of how the quick jobs are having me do things. Like, to me, it steps out of, not that I'm looking to make this like the ultimate realistic series or whatever, but I'm striving for a bit more than, well, quite a bit more than I've done before. I mean, that's why we get out, we look at the load. I just like looking at the loads. I think that is pretty cool, and it was harder to do with the default cameras that I tended to use, but I'm letting myself do the free camera stuff in this series, using it for the first time, and it's working out nicely, and I'm able to edit it to make it look reasonable. So, because if you've ever used the free camera in ATS, you realize it basically tosses you underneath the truck when you get out. So you're not seeing it until I've repositioned the camera, so it looks like I just got out and whatever, but obviously you can't open the doors, you're not doing any of that. But the one reason I wanted to do it is because using icons, sometimes it's important, just like it would be for a real trucker, to go walk the yard and like, where do you want this load? If I can't see it right away, because just seeing the drop-off point is interesting and all, but with the flag, but it's not getting me there, where obviously otherwise
right.
we'd have,
And then turn right.
the kangaroo arrow, or whatever we'd call it, I suppose. Sorry, I looked down and back on the floor. I just suddenly had a panic moment that, because at one point I had muted my microphone, and I was worried, like, oh no, have I been recording like 2 or 3 episodes? Because my intent is, you're going to get every moment of this profile, unless people tell me otherwise. I'm recording everything I'm doing. That means I'm not going to edit a whole lot, because otherwise it would take forever. Because I want to make the workload reasonable, but I want to share kind of the extremeness of what is being done. Aside from the fact that part of the extremeness is I can turn right on red and I'm sitting here like an idiot. So anyway, let's get going. Oh, looks like we gotta go left. Texas Roadhouse. I don't know that I've seen one of those in here. That's cool. But, yeah, because now we're coming up on 25 minutes, so yeah,
And then turn left.
I should know better, because I've done this before where I'm like, oh, it'll be short, and we'll get another one done, and then you just don't. So, okay, it's a little tricky if somebody's coming or not. There is, I think, a mod, or I think there's a switch that I could turn those X's off, to kind of, again, help with the immersion a little bit, but it is, like, there's still a barrier and you could run into it, and I think it will cause you damage. Yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. It just looked a little weird. Alright, so it looks like I go in straight and to the right. I think the box is right there. So again, I'm going to cut over. I'm going to, again, try to be a good trucker and not run through their grass.
You have arrived at your
But
destination.
yeah, it's interesting that it... the base game probably does give you such a long space, but because I think all it's doing is overriding what is being shown. But we should be close here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we're going to head over here. And we'll lower our landing gear. And we are done. So 173 XP. Still not at 10%. But we've cleared 1,000 in profit, which is good. So we're just going to keep moving along. As always, if you've enjoyed this, haven't dropped a like or subscribed, please consider that, and I will see you next time.